I like to think of myself as a relatively green person. I turn out the lights when I leave a room, I recycle, and I try to lead a no waste lifestyle. But I could not stand how much trash my family of four was putting out every week. Did you know that every year U.S. landfills and trash incinerators are filled with 167 million tons of garbage? And 50% of that is compostable. So, why is that important? Every bag of trash thrown out increases pollution and raises global warming. Did you know that you can compost right in your backyard? Or in your kitchen if you don't have a backyard? What about a garden or houseplants? Compost helps those plants thrive. What about your carbon footprint? Are you willing to help save our planet? Composting is easier than you think, and you probably have all the materials already in your home. Not only does it keep your trash output low, but it can help your plants thrive. In just a few easy steps, you will be a composting professional. Like many projects, let's start by gathering our materials. These can be divided into the storage bin you'll be using and what goes into the bin. First, the storage bin. You will need a plastic storage bin with a tote, but for demonstration purposes, I will be using this plastic box. You'll need a drill with a bit. The size doesn't matter, but if it's too small, your compost will not get the aeration that it needs. And if it's too large, your compost will fall out. Last, you will need a lid for your tote. Next, what goes into the bin? Enough sticks and twigs to line the bottom of your bin a few times. Then you will need green items that give you nitrogen. Fruits, vegetable scraps, coffee grounds, fresh grass clippings. Think of green as wet items. Next, brown items. This is for carbon. Think dry items. So dried out leaves or plants or dryland. There's a never-ending list of green and brown materials that you can use, and a quick Google search will let you know if you can drop it into your compost pile. Last, you will need water. Now, we're ready to begin. Let's start with the bin. Put your drill bit and drill a hole about every inch to 2 inches on every side of your tote. It does not have to be perfect, but it does need to be on every side, including the lid. After this step, give your bin a good shake and get out all of the little pieces of plastic, because plastic is not compostable. Next, we're going to add our items to the bin. This will be your sticks, brown items, and green items. The first layer will be sticks and twigs, but make sure that you have enough left over to add sticks later. The sticks provide aeration for your bin, and that helps your compost decompose quickly and odorlessly. The next layer will be browns and greens. There is a 2-to-1 ratio, but the exact amount isn't necessary. It's just important to ensure more browns than greens. Brown materials are the carbon base for your compost. This will be the food source for the decomposing organisms and act as another form of aeration. Here, I am using dried up leaves, some dryer lint, and shredded cardboard. Now you'll need green materials. These are rich in nitrogen and heat up the pile, which aid in the breakdown process. For my green materials, I am using an apple that's gone bad, some eggshells, and coffee grounds. Ooh. Now that we have everything in our bin, it's time to move for our final step. The fourth step is maintaining your compost bin. You'll want to spray down with some water. It doesn't have to be soaked, just damp. If it's outside, use your water hose. Every few days, you'll want to give your bin a good shake or move it all around with your pitchfork. This allows the materials to circulate to the middle of the bin where the main decomposing happens. Now, if you add any green items, such as kitchen scraps, throw in some brown items to keep the ratio intact. While there are certain things that should not go into a compost. Any meats or animal scraps, including bones, no dairy items, whole eggs, or grease. These items can develop pathogens that create odors. You know it's working when you start to see a rich brown dirt and has a nice earthy smell. Now you know how to make a backyard compost that is down in 4 easy steps. So let's review those one more time. The 4 steps of composting are: first, compiling your materials; second, preparing the bin by drilling it; third, adding items to the bin; and fourth, you maintain the bin by mixing it and watering it. Now you see how simple composting can be, and I hope this inspires you to start your very own backyard compost.